All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another session of iPhone Debate Club. How are you today? And in this session, we are going to discuss a topic that are familiar to all of you. But before we dive in, how was your weekend? So can I invite Miss Vân? How was your weekend? Could you please open your mic and maybe share with us how was your week?
Okay. Yeah. My weekend is not okay because I lost my thing. Máy tính tiếng Anh là gì nhỉ? Máy tính bỏ túi.
I I thought
Laptop.
you said my thing, my stuff. Is calculator, maybe a
Calculator.
portable
Okay.
calculator. For
Yeah. I lost my calculator. My calculator like the Leo's calculator, and I nervous that if my mother know I lost that, she will đuổi tôi ra khỏi nhà.
She probably kicks you out of the house.
Oh yes.
Okay, that's quite a funny story. Speaking of which, there's a few things about calculator. We have a portable. How do I say portable calculator, and then we also have a pocket calculator. Usually a pocket calculator is also like this one is pocket. You can put it in your pocket, but it's like more compact, probably more smaller. And some retails or shops, they use it to calculate the prices and like the total amounts of things you buy and what you have to pay in total amount. And they have less functions than the mathematical calculator that we use at schools. But honestly, nowadays, shops and retailers, they have a online system of managing their databases of of buying things, and the customers is more convenient than this calculator, because they just have to scan the code, the barcode of the products, and then they can calculate the price for you. It's much easier. But yeah, sometimes people still use the pocket calculator. We have mathematical calculator. I think my spelling is a bit weird here. Mathematics school. Yeah, that's probably it. So these are the phrases, amazing phrases you could use to say your calculator. And all right, our topic today is geology, and without any further ado, let's get started. So all right, so oops, I think I have this wrong screen share here. And here is, before we dive in the questions, before we jump into the questions, I have a few words for you. Yeah, I got a few adjectives more. Here's these synonyms for big, like colossal, enormous, large, great, and immense. So these are amazing words that you could use to describe big places, like a building. You got tall buildings or skyscrapers, mushrooming maybe. Yeah, so these are amazing words to describe the size of the buildings. And then you got some popular places like geological wonders, or tourist attraction spots, landmarks, and maybe historical sites. So these places are really popular, and they convey some meaningful value in terms of tourism. And when you come to the place, you could really enjoy the air there, and then the scenery, everything around there is beautiful. So these are the item in the popular place category. And then you got some special places. Actually, I also wrote this, but these are really specific, specific. So places of monuments, we have Lý Thái Tổ statue or many statues in Vietnam. So those are places of monuments. And then squares mean Quảng Trường. You have some kind of the New York Square or some places like that. And we also talk about global warming, but I think that we would dive into that a bit later. But now when you answer my question, please make use of these vocabularies, as these are especially these two lines, as these are amazing vocabs that could boost your scores immensely. All right. So, do you like geography and why? And I would like to invite Hùng Anh, who is a newcomer to our club. He's probably your first time here, right? I think Hùng Anh has mic problem, isn't he? That's he. Oh, it seems so. All right, so probably next time I would love to invite you to speak up and share your opinions, hopefully. So I would like to ask Mr. Trường instead. Do you like geography?
Yeah, I love it because I want to travel around the world in enjoy the moment.
Mm-hmm. Do you like to visit like popular places?
Yeah.
Could you elaborate more about them?
I talk more about it.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Alright.
elaborate.
Yeah. About my favorite place. Oh.
Well, you can talk about anything you want to. Maybe places that you would like to visit, or a place that you have visited and you have remembered, and you would like to share with us.
My favorite place is Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower.
The Eiffel Tower?
Yeah, Eiffel Tower.
That's amazing.
Because it's very, very big, and it's also the symbol of the franc, and it's also wait, and my favorite football club is Paris Saint-Germain too. Yeah, and I wish that I have a chance to watch my favorite club, my favorite football club. I have a match in Paris.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the Eiffel Tower is really amazing places. Eiffel, I think it's spelled like that, if I'm not mistaken. So it is paramount in height, and it's also a real popular places, a tourist attractions, and then it's also a symbol of France. Yeah, symbol of France. Many things that's special about this place, and it's also one of the wonders of the world. One of the 7 wonders of the world, ranked by the UNESCO. Yeah. A wonder of the world. All right, so you see Eiffel Tower, EIFFEL. All right.
Yeah.
So when you speak, please try to use the vocabularies, as these are amazing, and it will make your speech sounds a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you prefer visiting a mountain or a seashore? And I would like to invite Miss Vân for this question.
What, can you repeat the question?
Oh yeah, sure. So do you prefer visiting a mountain or a seashore, like the sea coast?
I don't understand the question.
So if you were given two choices, go into the mountain, the mountainous areas, or go to the sea, and take some paths, which one would you like better?
Oh, sea or mountain?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I like sea prefer because it's more romantic and like the view is more beautiful. With me, I like I think it.
Yeah, so the sea is romantic, interesting, beautiful, right? Yeah, so many amazing things about sea. You can do some fishing maybe. Yes, you can definitely do some fishings, and maybe take a ride in the sea. So they have a few like canoe or no. Probably you could take a ride in the sea, or take a path, swim around, and maybe you get to see some fishes, or maybe sharks. All right, so now I would like to ask Mr. Chuang, why is studying geography useful?
Because you when you study geography, you won't lose when you won't lose. And the second is you you will you will know more and more about the world, the house, how beautiful, how wonderful, and how wonderful the world is in and and you can also like have many knowledge about the culture of many country in the world, all over the world. Yeah, I think so.
Hmm. Yeah, so there are two aspects of geography that you've mentioned: know more about the wonderful world and learn culture. These are amazing indeed. Because the geography is fundamentally the teaching about maybe the areas, the regions, and then what types of mountains, or maybe basically the geological properties of the earth, and then everything around that. So those are definitely interesting knowledge. And it is interesting to learn, compared to maybe science subjects. They are also interesting, but geological, they give like some wonderful facts about the world. And yeah, about learn culture, that's definitely interesting too, as they teach about the culture of the place and all those stuff. It's also worth learning, because maybe in the future you will come to the place, and who knows, those knowledge will be of useful. Now, we are going to moving on to the next part of the session. We're going to talk about the environment status of our world today. So for that, we have some vocabularies here: global warming, climate change, ecological crisis, and environmental problems. So these are basically synonyms of each other. So instead of just use global warming, you could use these four words. And then on the other hand, you got habitat destruction. So these are a bit well, I don't think these are needed anyway. I don't think these are needed either. And what do you do to protect the environment? You conserve them, you preserve them, and you safeguard them. So there's a slight difference between conservation and preservation. Is conservation means you do not waste is resource. You still use them, but you would want to save them, use them wisely. Conserve mean use wisely, and then preserve means that you don't want it to be damaged. So you want to keep it intact, keep something intact in one piece, intact. All right, so these are basically fundamental vocabularies that you could apply. All right, and so for this question, Miss Vân, I would like to ask you a romantic question, probably. Do you think pollution is a big problem nowadays? What do you think? Can you share your ideas?
Idea to preserve the sea. Okay. I think the basically is the don't throw the rubbish in the sea because it make the water is popular and sea animal die a lot of and absolutely is not good for sea. And the oil pour the sea a lot of nowadays, and I think this must have a way to reduce the oil powder sea.
Yes, so you've mentioned with two reasons of pollutions, like do not throw rubbish because sea animals and maybe even land animals would die from eating rubbish. And you and then maybe do not pour oil into the sea as it would pollute the sea. Yeah. So these are amazing. Yes. But do you think it's a all right? Yeah, it is a big it is a big problem. I think at the end of the at the beginning of the question, you could maybe paraphrase it a little bit. So instead of just say yeah, you could say something like yes, in my opinion, pollution is a crucial problem in today's era, in current era. So yeah, so maybe you could paraphrase the question a little bit. Yeah, that would be better for the audience to understand from you. So Mr. Trường, what do you do to prevent the environment from pollution?
The first thing I will like tuyên truyền ấy, tuyên truyền.
Move. Or propaganda.
Propagate, yeah, propagate and my neighborhood. The first in my neighborhood, if it's said and effectively, I will like I will propagate my
Wait,
town.
hold on a minute. You'll probably want to use other word rather than tuyên truyền. I mean, propaganda is a bit political use. You want to maybe educate people or maybe widespread widespread environmental
hotel, yeah.
care. Yeah.
Yep.
Please go ahead.
And I will like divide the rubbish into like many groups of rubbish. I can recycle or not. Yeah, something like that. And then the last one I do is I'll plant more tree and flower, because tree is tree make the oxygen and keep the environment like more clean. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's very nice. Let me do a new share here. Just where is that? Oh, I think it's a long one. All right, so here it is. So Chung has mentioned a few solutions that you could use to maybe improve the environment. We could educate people about the environment, divide rubbish into many groups, maybe recycle or not, and then you could plant more trees. So about the divide rubbish, you could have many categories, carbohydrate, rubbish, and then recycle rubbish, and then some are not able to recycle, so you put them into a few different groups. Actually, now that we talk about the environment and what could we do to help it, in Vietnam, the environmental talk is pretty much general. You could talk about things like plant more trees and save energy. Yes, save energy. You could maybe turn off lights when going out, turn off electric devices when you do not use them. So many ways you can make use of them. But actually, when we go to the wider world, in the globe, when we talk about environments, we will talk about energy as well. Because energy is fundamentally a really important aspect of environment. Instead of using oil, as Ms. Vân said, do not pour oil into the sea. Instead of using oil and other maybe nuclear points, maybe unclean resources of energy. So these should be prohibited and should be replaced. So on a wider scale, we will talk about these energy problems. So saving energy, such as turning off lights when going out, or use renewable energies like solar energy or wind energy. So these are what you would also want to talk about. Use renewable energy. All right, Miss Vân, are you worried about the climate change? Do you want to preserve the environment?
Preserve environment, right?
Yeah. I mean, hold on. Are you worried about climate change? Like, do you think it's bad? Do you care for the environment? Some basically those things like that. Basically, it's about your feeling to the environment. What do you feel about them? Hello, Miss Yang.
Okay. I feel the environment is more than polluted, and we can use other energy like white energy or sun energy to reduce the rapid for the environment, so protect the environment. Okay, that's hết rồi.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's definitely very nice. So I think that's probably the end of my sharing. But before that, I'm quite sorry that I didn't see Mr. Tang and well, I didn't see Mr. Tang before, so I'm sorry for that. But so now I have a question for Mr. Tang. Okay,
Sure.
so what do you think we could do to improve the environment?
I think that first of all, we need to, to decrease the use of plastic bag. That's the most important, and we try to reduce the car emission too, by using, electric motorbike, uh, electric cycle, or use some public transport instead of private transport. So that is the most the simplest thing we can do to protect the environment. And I think that, of course, like Chung has mentioned about before, we can divide the rubbish into many groups, like a recyclable or not. And about, I think we should divide into the many types, about the plastic, the paper, or the box need to be has its own group. And it's just one idea for protecting the environment, for protecting the environment. So yeah, that's all.
Thank you. That's very amazing. That's really impressive. Impressive indeed. Yeah. So these are the solutions we have already. Don't throw rubbish because sea animals would die. Do not pour oil into the sea. And then we should also educate people about the environment and what we can do to improve it. We should categorize rubbish into many groups. And then we could also plant more trees. We could save energy. We could use renewable energy, and we could decrease the use of plastic bag and reduce car emissions by using electric bikes or bicycles or electric bikes like Tesla. And we could also apply public means of transportation. For example, VinSmart, the Vin Corporation have also used VinBus to to transport people around the city, and their methods of VinBus is also really amazing and really helps the environment. All right, now that is the end of part one now of the session. Now we should move to the debate part. All right, so for today's debates, I will divide everyone into let me just get a news chair here. All right. And where is that? All right, I'm sorry, please give me a second. All right, so today we are going to talk about geology. So obviously our debate topic will also be about geology. So the question is, do you think geology teachers should teach about environment in the curriculum? And I would like to divide everyone into two teams, the agree team and the disagree team. Now we have four participants, Trường Giang Nguyễn, Lê Trung Thành, and Phạm Hồng Vân. So, how would you like to pick your team? Mhm.
No, I
Or maybe-
can't start my video now. I can't start my video.
I'm sorry.
He can stop. He
It's
can
really
stop.
mess behind me.
Yeah.
So I don't want to uh on the camera. So please don't ask me to start my video, please.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry. I mean, we're here on a volunteer. We're here by ourselves. As the fact that you have joined it really have really made me happy. Just by being here, you guys have motivated me to continue this this debate club. So of course, no worries. But Trường,
I
would you
want
want a green team or
I want every people think me I am very polite.
Yeah, of course.
I think that I'm go for a great team.
All right.
Yeah, I'm also in a team.
Mhm.
I'm random.
Adam, all right. I'll put you in the disagree team.
Okay, I'm the team. Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
This is quite a nice teaming, to be honest. All right, and now you would have 5 minutes to prepare your ideas before presenting. And your 5 minutes starts now. Oh, and you could do Google search and to find more ideas about that. Just put this question in the Google box and maybe look through the first or the second result, and you could use ideas from there. It will make your debate a lot more interesting. All right. Yes. Maybe I can use the online timing. All right, and that's end of 5 minutes. Now, oh, and before we get started, let me just get the. All right. And to ensure the balance of the game, I would like to join the agree team as a support member. All right, so the two teams, agree team and the disagree team, are you ready? Will anyone want to go first, presenting their ideas? Lê Trung Thành, Phạm Hồng Vân.
Okay, so let me come first.
I'm sorry.
Let me come first. I think that
You wanna
I can say something about that.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, of course, you know that, you know what, geology and the environment is absolutely have a related. It absolutely related to each other. So I think that is, you know, it's normal when the geology teacher teach about the environment. Uh, they can teach their students about, you know, some elements in soil and how its effect on our life nowadays. And like, and he can take some exam and he can have some example about the, you know, some environmental problem and how its effect on the element in soil, and from that how it affects our life as well, of course. And I think it's okay.
Take a deep breath and enjoy yourself. Be yourself.
I
Take a
can be
breath and
myself,
you're fine.
but I always be myself, but at this time I don't know why, where my idea go have gone. What the
I can just take a deep breath and you can do it. Everything will be fine.
I think I will throw it into Phạm Hồng Vân, and I will have some time to, you know, to prepare again, to have a more careful preparation.
Yes. Ms. Vân, do you want to say anything?
Okay, yes. Yeah, I think geography is a subject learn about the countries, the area, and environment is one of the parts of the important parts of area or country. So if we learn about our countries or area, we must learn about all of these include in environment, and learn about environment can improve the understanding about environment and develop environmental consciousness soon in students, and this really have a lot of benefits for students in the future, like they can protect environment. They can have some idea to protect environment. Yeah. Over.
Yes, that's definitely amazing. So now for the disagree team, Mr. Trường and Mr. Giang, who want to present? There seems quite a silence going on here. Are you ready?
Okay, I'll be first.
Please go ahead.
You know, the geology teacher should like teach about environment. No, it sounds crazy because it each pupil sorry each teacher will like have their own expertise. Because sometimes like geology teachers will make some mistake or will be very pressure or very stressed because they have to study other specialty. So, yep, specialty. Like because wait. You and wait, moreover, the geology teacher. Wait, sorry. When you combine to combine this job, so it's very heavy. It's very difficult because the knowledge of each matter of each problem or of each expertise is very heavy, like very big. And in my opinion, instead of geology teachers, environmentalist is the most perfect substitute. Yeah, that's all. Still with me?
Oh, I'm sorry. What do you mean by substitute?
Substitution. Yeah, maybe like change.
Like you want to switch the like
That's true,
replace
yeah.
geology with
So-
environment study?
Sự thay thế hoặc nào?
Tức là muốn thay cả
Đúng
bộ môn này bằng cái môn học về
No,
môi trường ấy à?
Cậu thay instead of geology teachers, we should change the people who are like who teach about environment is kiểu thay cái người dạy về vấn đề môi trường nữa là kiểu là một bộ môn riêng hay bộ riêng mà chúng ta nên là thay bằng kiểu các nhà môi trường học.
Tức là làm thành một bộ môn hoàn chỉnh riêng ấy à?
Yep.
Environmentalist.
Yeah, that's true.
Separate subjects. So yeah. So Miss Zhang, do you want to say anything?
I just have a short answer. You know, when you put the environment and the climate change to the geology subject, so the children who study at the grade of 5 or 6 must learn that and must have a test about this content. So it's a really hard knowledge to them to learn it. In addition, we should make the environment, put the environment to a subject called politics in the university, because it's learned pretty deep about the environment and how it have the negative impact to you know, our life and our work. Yeah, that's all.
Yes, that's also a really thoughtful and amazing idea. But I'm sorry again. What was the subject called?
Politics.
How do you spell it?
Politics. Politics.
Politics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You actually don't know this word?
Well, I mean, the way you spell it is a bit different. Because I thought that you would refer to something more environmental. So I didn't. So politics is the least thing I would think of, honestly.
You must know that in the book about the politics, it's always have a unit about the environment. I read it and it's make me anxiety. You know, it's like trầm cảm.
Anxiety,
Damn.
yeah.
Yeah, anxiety.
It makes you anxious. Well, I mean, politics is surely an amazing aspect. As a politics, actually, when you study politics and you want to become a politician, you have to study multiple courses. Not just a normal program in university. You also have to study other programs into other areas as well. So maybe a politician in finance would have to study financial politics, at least a doctor degree in politics, and probably not a doctor degrees, but yeah, they still need a degree, at least a university degree, and then they also need how do I say, psychology and physiology. I don't know. What's that called? Philosophy, yeah. So at least 3 or 4 aspects, so you could become a politician. Yeah, because their decisions really have a big, deep impact on everyone, on the areas, and then on a huge number of people, a paramount number of people. So they have to have a depth and knowledge over many areas in order to help people, in order to govern the country and govern the area. All right, about the agree team, do you want to say anything? Do you want to debate? Let's debate. Miss Vân and Mr. Trường. I'm sorry, Mr. Thành.
Okay, I will talk. First of all, the Mr. Chuang said that the if environment teach in geography will make heavy knowledge on geography and environment. But I want to say we just need to learn a little bit about environment, like current status of that area's information to know, not deep learning to become a environmentalist. We just learn to know how is our information and to have a wake up this, not learn to become a environmentalist. So we not have to learn a lot about this, and it will don't make the geography become a heavy subject. Yeah.
And Mr. Thành, do you want to abort what's that word? Anyway, do you want to debate their answers?
Me?
Yes, do you want to debate their answers?
Honestly, I have no idea. I cannot think of any ideas.
All right. So as a support member of the agree team, I would like to say something. First of all, about the heavy knowledge. It should depend on the curriculum. Maybe we do not demand that in-depth knowledge about environment. As Ms. Vân said, we do not want to train people into an environmentalist. Right at high school or secondary school is too hard, too heavy. Yeah, so we should just make it light enough, so that children would learn about, students would learn about important aspects of the environment, how to preserve them, how to conserve them, how to protect it, how to make it safe place for everyone. So it's more into habits training, I think that is really important. So yeah, we just need to make it light and not too heavy. Because heavy subjects will put more stress on both the teachers and the students. So we don't make it too heavy, and that's basically solves the problem. And the world is becoming more polluted, and global warming are increasing, um, are accelerating. So for that reason, we should we need to teach environment to everyone, to educate people on the aspects. All right, Miss Zhang, do you want to say anything?
Oh, I think that when we teach about the climate change to the lower grade like 5 or 6 about the solution to solve that, it can make them to be overwhelming, because some solution can be the habit for them. But if the government don't solve about the rubbish, the trash on the road fast, it will be more and more dirty, so we can't solve it fast. In addition, some adults think that throwing the trash away is very convenient for them. But the people who work in the office will have a lot of trash, because just they have a lot of work to do. So they throw away, but we can't change their mind. Because it's like a habit that can't change, a bad habit. So yeah, this is actually very hard to change. Just not about the children. I think that we must teach this in a higher grade, in the university or in the college, to them to have a habit that is very good to do. And some people can work for the government, can make the government to solve all of these problems to be fast, yeah, quickly.
Yes, that's also really nice, considering habits, but then it also really depends on people. The whole point of education is to educate a new generation, and to make them better, so that the latest generation should be more modern and fits into society better than the older generation when their time has arrived. Imagine if we do not teach them right now, and then maybe 10 years or 20 years later, and those students come out of schools, they would hardly be able to compete with international students, even students inside Vietnam alone. They would still be overwhelmed by the improving technology, breakthroughs and developments of cutting edge technologies that requires them to enhance themselves, both in technical areas and moral areas, in order to compete and promote themselves. All right, and on our team, Miss Vân and Mr. Thành, you seem quite tired. All right. As a support member of the Agree team, I have something to rebuttal your opinions, your ideas. So there's a saying from Uncle Ho Chi Minh, is study comes with practice, học đi đôi với hành. And environment is a really important aspect of geology. And geology basically teach about the theory and basically everything about the soil, the land, the area, the landmark, and everything is properties, the wind speed, the area, maybe you're in the hot area, nhiệt đới, what's that? Well, I have no idea. Anyway, so basically all those properties about the earth, about the region, about the country, is coordinated in the international standard of coordination system. And then on a satellites, how does this country looks like? Is it the S letter? How long is it? Maybe 3,000 kilometers of the sea, and then all the levels of the sea. So basically all those kind of stuff is important. It's nice to know these facts, but then what are the practicality of in this study? You gotta apply that into real life, don't you? Not just some talks with your friends, colleges. You also have to apply them. And the most practical way of applying geology is environment. What could you do to improve the environment? And by teaching students about the environments we could improve, and we could educate our generation to become better and more responsible for the environment. As a matter of fact, the study of environments have some obvious benefits. First, it inspires students to become more engaged with their communities, because basically it empowers them to do good things for the world. Basically, we teach so many negative things in schools, right? Like chuyện kiều, or basically a lot of stories and then poems, but they convey negative meanings, and it kind of make their life quite gray and quite blue. So and environments definitely is something that's gonna make them happy and empower them to do good things for the world. Besides, it also forms a sustainable habits of preserving the environments. As I have said in the previous few seconds ago, that it empowers students to do good things, and to be able to do good things, you have to improve yourself. And one of those things is form sustainable habits, because you know that you want to help the environment. You know that you want to do something good for it. You want to save energy, and you want to plant more trees, recycle things. So those things gonna form a habits as you carry on with your life. Because environment is a really wide and big kind of big subject, and to actually do something good and sustainable and have long-lasting effects, it's not possible to do it just one day or two, or maybe something that a few homeworks could solve. Is something that follows you to the end of your life. So yeah, so it would form sustainable habits. It would also promote imagination, enthusiasm, and empower teachers and students simultaneously. And why is that? Well, I guess it's quite of course, the environment teaching is beneficial to the environment. And now that you know that you're actually doing something good and something beneficial to the world, you are actually contributing, and that makes you excited. As I have said before about the 3 levels of happiness, the first is instant happiness from addiction. The second is happiness from marriage, and the third one is contribution. Happiness, knowing that you have done something good for the community, for the larger world, and hopefully that you will make the world a better place to live, a place that is worth living. And now that you know that you could contribute in a way that are beneficial to everyone, now that's the third level of happiness, and that is a motivation for everyone. And also by studying environments, by empowering yourself with motivational lessons and facts about the environment, you could live a healthy lifestyle. Now, where do people actually get a healthy lifestyles from? Maybe some facts about humans' health. obesity rates or cancer rates from eating chocolates or something like that, right? Or maybe maybe blackouts from I forgot the word, but you get serious effects of health from eating meat and all those toxic foods. So we could improve that by studying environments. How? Because we care for the environments. We would want to eat trees instead of eating meat, because the growth of meat causes a lot of problems for the environment. As a matter of fact, the growing of beef costs 2 billion hectares of land on Earth. That is an absurd amount of land that could be used for better purpose, such as planting trees, growing crops, and those kind of stuff that could provide a lot of proteins for humans. Also, 1 kilogram of proteins of meat, I mean 1 kilograms of calories from meat requires the beef to eat 2.4 kilocalories of vegetables. So those are really unequal rates of I get a little bit hard when explaining these numbers. But yeah, so basically you'll be a lot better off with growing vegetables and crops to eating meat. But I'm not saying that eating meat is unhealthy, but maybe we could reduce it to an extent and eat more vegetables. It will be very healthy for our health. All right, so those were my ideas. I'll probably paste it here. And about the disagree team, do you want to rebuttal my answer? Lusa is quite quiet. Yeah, so let me summarize my points a little bit. Studying of environment could inspire students to be more engaged in their communities. You could understand better about the world and its crucial aspects. Form sustainable habits by growing trees, turning off lights when you go out, or plant more trees. Yeah, you could also form a healthy lifestyle and eating habit diet when learning about the environment. Anyone? Well, if no one is going to,
I have no idea.
okay, please go ahead.
I have no idea. But are we still like talking about the environment, about the geo teacher, or another topic?
Yeah, we're still talking about geo teacher. Yeah.
No.
Mr. Zhang, do you want to say anything?
Nope.
No. And Miss Vân and Mr. Thành, what do you think?
Yeah,
Can you
I
repeat
think.
the question?
Please go
Okay.
ahead.
Anh Thành go ahead before.
So could you repeat the question? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, basically we just talk about these topics as I've listed on the screen. You could rebuttal their opinions or defend your opinion.
I think it's quite enough.
It's
I
quite
have no idea
completed.
about that.
All right, then please go ahead, Miss Vân.
Okay, I think the population the environment is very serious, so everyone should have a responsibility to protect information. So I think the education for the child soon about environment is cần thiết. Vì quên từ cần thiết rồi.
Necessary.
Necessary things to the future. Yeah. So nowadays they have a lot of active in their school about the environment to the student know about this. So the teach of environment in geography is okay.
All right, Mr. Trường and Mr. Giang, do you want to rebuttal or defend your opinion? Looks like it's quite bad. Well, do you want to say anything? Because otherwise we would have to end it here. All right. And that's the end of our debate session today. Thank you for coming with us. Have a nice night, and we'll probably see you again in the next week. Now is the time for free talk. Okay.
In the upcoming, I have a project about protect environment. Practically, I will tái chế the rubbish becomes
Recycle.
Recycle rubbish about something that people can use, but I don't know if I make it. Are there any people buy it, or people will buy the new objects? So if people buy new subject and not buy recycle things, I will for. Yeah, this is my question.
Yeah, so anyone would want to answer her?
Nếu là mọi người thì mọi người có mua không, hay mọi người chọn mua new object?
Thế mình mua áo à? Hay nào?
Wow à? What the hell?
Không phải áo, anything recycle.
Xong mình muốn hỏi một câu là cái phí ship nó cao hơn cả phí ship đồ đấy không?
Hey, if I have phones for my house, I'll buy it.
Ôi, ngày xưa thích một cái bộ cờ, xong rồi lúc mà mua về phí ship tới tận 102k chỉ từ nước ngoài về.
102k liền đâu.
Chát vậy.
Ship tận 2k ngang bộ cờ kìa. Chợ buồn có mà. Rồi Vân bán gì á? Những đồ tái chế này bao gồm những gì á?
Giấy tái chế, thiệp, đèn hoa, rồi hộp cắm bút, tóm lại tất cả các thứ có thể tái chế được.
Tôi có cái mặt cực Tôi có bán cái này hay cực. Biết bán gì không? Bán sample IELTS mua. Sample writing mua.
If I have a girlfriend,
Okay,
I'll
wow.
buy it about an item for her.
Gì cô sẽ liên quan đến girlfriend?
Có thiệp mà.
Present.
Ok. Ý là nó có đắt hàng không? Liệu nó có đắt hàng không? Hàng sẽ ế.
Tự nhiên lại suy nghĩ tại sao không có ai ông 10 chấm nhỉ? 10 chấm ấy. Ai ông 10 chấm. Câu hỏi rất thông minh.
9 chấm nữa không ai đạt, đã rất ít người đạt được rồi, còn 10 chấm thì sự khoai như nào nữa.
Ra bởi vì
Sao?
cái tiếng Anh nó cũng khá vô tận mà nếu có điểm 10 thì có là tôi cùng sự hoàn hảo rồi. Nhưng mà tiếng Anh nó vô hạn mà không có khoảng tầm 40-50 nghìn từ tiếng Anh gì đó mà mình học hết cái này mà có để đến nào trong bài thi IELTS cũng khá là khó đấy. Mà nếu có thể nói một người biết hết tất cả về tiếng Anh cũng như bài thi toán ấy, biết hết tất cả về môn toán trong cái chương trình đó ấy, thì anh nghĩ là gần như không thể đâu.
Yeah. Very difficult.
Cảnh giới của sự hoàn hảo đúng không?
Mà hảo hẳn thì nó ao trình quá, nhưng mà hạ bớt đi điểm hợp lý rồi.
Chấm IELTS
Nói
chiến thắng gì?
Làm gì ai được thì 9 chấm như bây giờ cũng có phải là ai cũng đạt được đâu, ngay cả mức 8 chấm cũng phải ai đạt được.
5 lần đạt 9 chấm đã rất là vui rồi. Cụ thể thầy Tùng.
Nhiều
Tụi
tiền.
cũng phải ao nhây rồi, không nói gì.
Nước Việt Nam mình đến bây giờ có 7 người đạt 9.0 rồi. Gần đây bạn trẻ nhất là bạn 17 tuổi ở trường Amsterdam Hà Nội được
Gắn đi à?
được 9.0.
Cấn nhỉ, cấn nhỉ.
Kinh khủng.
Tin vía. Học từ năm lớp mấy vậy? 17 tuổi mới học. Học từ
Rồi phải là bằng tôi đấy. Vâng ạ,
17
bằng
tuổi
tôi,
chứ không? What the fuck?
bằng tôi đấy. Vâng ạ.
Yeah, bằng thôi.
Thì chịu rồi.
Các bạn ấy là chuyên Anh chuyên Anh ở Amsterdam.
Tôi trên anh thì
ngoại
nó
giao
có
à?
gì hơn. Như vậy. Trên anh thì nó vẫn sẽ có một
Nhà
cái gì đấy nó ao nhây.
Chắc nhà Ram có 8 tiếng ngày rồi.
Trình độ sợ thật.
Mọi người thường làm gì để ôn tiếng Anh nhỉ? Tiếng Anh rap này. Rap của Enemy hay cực.
Không, anh chỉ nghe cái
Dạ,
cảm
hoặc
thấy
là nghe mấy bài phóng sự.
kiểu phỏng vấn sau trận đấu của trên Sky Sports. Còn ai câu chuyện gì không?
Đó.
Nốt đi em ơi. Lên lên.
Nhưng mà
Lên
nãy
lên.
em hỏi mọi người có trả lời đâu.
Được.
Bây giờ hỏi tiếp sao mọi người lại không trả lời.
Hỏi
Mua quá.
bảo ra bằng trả lời thì thôi.
Nhưng mà em
Ai biết bạn hỏi gì được.
đang tham gia cái khoa học kỹ thuật nhưng mà